And we're going to look for a moment at a very familiar story, but I don't want you to get caught up. And by the way, when I say story, you understand it is historically that this has happened. You know, this is not a fairy tale. This is history and has been recorded for us to strengthen and to help us. But a lot of times when we come across a miracle of Jesus, that we fall into kind of a rut. We've heard this before. I want to encourage you and to not fall into that as you read through Scripture. And the Lord is, and I've preached this and several times before. And just studying again for today, as I was combing through some things, the Lord was like, hey, didn't you notice this the first time or the second time? And there's always something that the Lord feeds you and gives you just a little more. And I want you to turn to Matthew chapter number 14, and let us look for just a moment at verse number 12 to start with. It says, and the disciples came and took up the body and buried it. Now, what body are they talking about? They're talking about John the Baptist. He was just beheaded. And I like the first verse of chapter 14 as well, because it says, at the time Herod, the tetrarch, heard the fame of Jesus. I like that little word, fame. I'd really never noticed that before when I was reading through Scripture, that the fame of Jesus. We talk about people that are famous and the fame, and I started looking at that little word, fame. It simply means that people speak of. And as others have begun to speak of this man called Jesus, the word had caught the ear, and he certainly was known.